So after that last live stream, right after that last live stream, when I ended, there was a siren, and then I went live to try to catch it again, and it turned off at that moment. So I just deleted that video. And then there was another siren that was going off like crazy. A fire truck, I think. It was like really close, nearby, and honking their horn, synced and shit. Just turn up the volume, and all the sounds that you hear are synced. All the engine sounds that you're gonna hear, and all the carts going, and whatever sounds that you hear, you're gonna be synced. If a car alarm goes, there's been a bunch of car alarms going off tonight, and last night too, I think. There's been a bunch of car alarms. Oh yeah, and then this morning there's that car alarm that was going off a bunch of times, over and over. And sometimes they'll just start for a second and then turn off again. Or sometimes they'll just keep going for a long ass time. And there's this one car alarm last night. It was like the ones that's like boop, 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 boop. Wah, 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 wah. Boop, 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 boop. Wah, 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 wah. You know those car alarms? There's one of those ones. And it was going off for a really long time. I see another one-lighter coming. I knew there wasn't gonna be long before there's another one-lighter coming. There's so many one-lighters. Is he gonna one-lighter me? It's one-lightered up. Can you hear the dog barking? I think it started when the car honked the last time. Pretty sure. And then is there a jet or a helicopter coming soon? What's gonna happen now? It's quiet right now. There's no cars in front of me right now. I don't know if anything's happening right now. But here comes a car with bright headlights. That was like a 30-second break. That was crazy. They gave me like a whole break. But then that bright headlights car was a whitey and he synced with another car. Like last night, there was no breaks like that. It was just like non-stop. And there's like non-stop sounds and shit. Like non-stop loud cars and shit. Pretty much. Non-stop. There's non-stop cars driving by my car and shit. Here's another car alarm. Is it Saint? It turned off right when I said that. Hung up. But yeah, right before this video, there's like loud cars and shit. There's this loud engine sound behind me as this whitey drives in front of me. They're just addicted to syncing things simultaneous. Like this whitey in my mirror just drove up to the edge of the mirror as a car drove behind it at the edge of the mirror. And they drove up and met each other at the edge of the mirror as a car honked. It was like, honk, honk. That just happened right now. And then right after that, the security car pulled up and parked right next to me, like a few spaces over from me. He's like sitting directly next to me, like 10 parking spaces over from me or whatever. And then he just drives around, patrols the parking lot, and then he sits in a parking space, and then he drives around again, and he sits there for a while. For like, I don't know how long. But he's just gonna sit there for a long time next to me now. And then he's gonna pull off synced. It's just constant, just like he just drives around synced the whole time he's here. He just drives around synced and then parks synced and then drives around synced. Every night. This engine sound is as a whitey is driving in front of me, like deja vu. A white SUV again. Is this Groundhog Day? It literally is, because if you go watch Groundhog Day, it's synced. The people are synced around Bill Murray and Groundhog Day. And there's cops synced on it. And there's like cops walking in the background synced or whatever. I made a video on it. Go watch Ill Cat's movie reviews playlist on YouTube. made 2 videos on it, actually. But like I was going down a rabbit hole watching movies that have sinks in them. And I was like, is Groundhog Day synced? Let's check it out and see if it's synced. And then it was synced. And it's synced as fuck. Right when I said synced as fuck, the security car took off, synced with a silver car behind the black security car. And then there's another black car, or is it a blue car? What is it? It was synced with them. Oh. And then a whitey is driving in front of me, and a bunch of sink mobiles that are sinking. Is it sink? Oh, security car. Oh, I thought he parked again. Now he's driving around patrolling a parking lot synced. And then he's going to park synced. And then he's going to drive around synced. And then he's going to park synced. And then he's going to drive around synced. Like a robot. Like if I'm around a stalker for a long time, they'll sync the entire time. Like if I'm with like coworkers for 8 hours straight or whatever, they'll sync the entire time. Like if we're all in the same room together, they're gonna be syncing non-stop for 8 hours straight. That shit is crazy. They're gonna sync non-stop. Like the security car is just gonna drive around synced all fucking night. Like that's just crazy though. Like when your coworkers are syncing for 8 hours straight, because like they're working 2 jobs basically. Like they're like working. They're like putting in extra credit. I see a bunch of sink heads. Somebody getting in a car with a blue shirt and a bunch of sink mobiles. Like your coworkers will just be doing syncs and doing directed conversation syncs for 8 hours straight. This shit's crazy. Oh, I see a jet coming. Is it Jet Li again? Or JJ the jet plane? Like it's not every jet that looks synced. Like, there's a lot of questionable ones every day. But some of those might be synced too, for all I know. But there's a lot of them that are synced as fuck, though. So I don't know what the percentages are on that, but... Like, I don't know. I don't know what's not synced. But I think a few jets flew right over my head today. I think that happened a few times today. I think it happens every day. Like, when I'm in my car, it'll happen, but, like, I can't see it or whatever. But I don't know. I think it happened a few times a day. There's sync jets every day, like, flying out in front of me or whatever, at least. And sync planes and sync helicopters. So I just wanted to go live, try to catch some sync sounds, see what sync sounds they made. I'll hear a sync. I think I see a plane coming to fly over me, maybe. What sync sounds are they gonna make next? A sync cart. Or a sync car door. Or a sync car alarm again. I was hearing this train horn last night. When I lay down and go to sleep or whatever. This jet just flew kind of over me. I think he's sinking it. It wasn't directly over me, but I don't know. Probably a sink. This other car, he just like pulled up and sat in the space, not directly next to me, but the one like behind me directly next to me. You know what I mean? Like diagonally. Like not this space, but that one. You know what I mean? And he sat there, and then he pulled off seat. Like he sat there for a long time. Never got out of the car. He just pulled off seat. I see a dim lighter driving really slowly across the parking lot toward me, really slowly and menacingly, with a whitey driving next to him on the street. Oh! This motorcycle is seen, your car or whatever. It so menacing and terroristic. He's still driving really slowly, that slow truck. He's driving really slowly on the street in front of me now. And he has a dim taillight. Shit's just retarded, bro. And he has a dim taillight. That's retarded. There's been so many of them tonight. Who else is gonna have a dim tail light again? Is it gonna be this car? Don't have a dim tail light. That would be stock-tarded. Doesn't have a dim tail light, but he is synced. Why doesn't he have a dim tail light? I thought it's dim tail light night or something. I don't understand him. Like, why doesn't this guy have a green shirt? What's up with it? What's this car? There's a blue car. He's a sink. He's a sink. There's a whitey van in front of me, synced with a car behind me that's driving extremely slow across the parking lot. Like Michael Myers. He's still, like, he's just driving all the way across the parking lot, like 2 miles an hour, like Michael Myers. And then he's gonna park directly behind me, I think. Yup. And then there's an engine sound farting right when he parks. He's gonna drive by me. Oh, he's driving behind me. Oh, there's a billion syncmobiles right now. They just come out in bursts. Like, there'll just be no cars, and then there'll be a burst of cars. And people say it's normal that, like, there's no cars, and then there's a burst of cars, and then there's no cars, and then there's a burst of cars, and then there's no cars. Or there's, like, 2 cars syncing with each other in between, maybe, or whatever. But then there's, like, a giant burst of cars all at once. And it's like, why does this keep happening? It's not like a group of people together. So why are they all coming out in a burst over and over? Like, all night over and over. Like, all day and all night. Well, not all night, because it'll get less stalkered up late at night. But there'll still be a burst of cars occasionally, though. It won't be like this, like it is right now, but it'll be like, how is this possible? The car's honking. There's a silver car driving in front of me. It drove out synced. A bunch of other cars. There's a bunch of other cars synced right now. And sync. Oh, loud trucks. The security car stopped in the parking lot because there's a truck backing up in front of it out of a parking space, and then that loud truck started revving his engine right when the security car started to drive again, and then he's driving out of the parking lot right now with the loud truck. He's doing it as a white SUV drives in front of me. Is it sync? A red car just parked behind me. Is he sync? Full moon's out. I might see a sync werewolf tonight. Never seen one before, but wouldn't surprise me at this point if I saw one. That's probably about the only thing I haven't seen is a sync werewolf or a sync Sasquatch or a sync Loch Ness Monster. Well, I've never been to the zoo or over to Australia or anywhere see if there's sync kangaroos and sync Bengal tigers and shit. I don't know. Who doesn't sync? Does Godzilla sync? Who syncs? Who doesn't sync? I see a one-lighter in front of me. He synced. No, really though, I want to go to Australia and see if they have sync kangaroos and wombats. I mean, I don't, because I don't want to... Kangaroos kind of scare me. They're like... they're like expert fighters and shit. But I bet there would be. I bet there would be a sync kangaroo syncing with a sync wombat. Because the other night I saw a sync raccoon. I've seen all types of sync animals. I've said it a bunch of times. Cows mooing synced and roosters going ah synced, and it's like all types of shit. But like, I don't know. If I go in the Amazon jungle, am I gonna see a sink? Anaconda? They in the Amazon, I think. Now there's a tan car turning into the parking lot without any, or a silver car without any headlights on. There's a sound right when he turned into it. It was like, ksh. Sometimes they just won't have any headlights on. I guess it's a thing. I don't know. Sometimes they'll be like meeting me, like when I'm driving, they'll be meeting me synced without their headlights on. That's kind of like it's kind of like a stealthy, spooky sync. Cause like they kind of like sneak up on me. It's dark. But I guess that's the thing though, is occasionally I'll see cars without their headlights on. This plane's about to fly right behind me or some shit. And the other plane was right behind me. This one's flying the other way. The other plane was flying. Kinda. And he's almost here. What's gonna happen when he flies over me? Oh! There's a white truck parking next to me. I think the plane is over me right now. I don't know. I don't know where it's at exactly. I think the white truck parking next to me was synced with it. And there's someone walking a dog toward me. 2 people with the dog walking toward me on the parking lot. And there's a guy on a bike or a scooter. And he's synced. I don't know if the dog walker's synced yet, but you know those dog walkers. I don't think I've... I thought I heard a siren or something. I don't think I've ever seen a dog walker that's not synced. The guy on the scooter has a coat that looks like my coat. Is blue. The dog walkers are syncing with him, I think, and she has a green shirt, I think. I think I heard sync sounds when the dog walker walked in front of me. That was anticlimactic. It was just like a quiet sync sound. Like, I think it was a sync sound. Sometimes they'll build up so much suspense and then it's just like a little thing. Or sometimes they'll build up the suspense and then it's a crazy thing. So you never know. Yep, I see a bunch of black and silver cars now again, so now I'm just repeating myself again because they're on a loop, on a repetitive, non-stop loop, and then they're going to do something different, but they're going to do all the repetitive things again on a repetitive loop, like the black and silvers and the whiteys. So now I'm just repeating myself again, so I don't know, maybe I'll end the video now. Because I just see the whiteys and the black and silvers. I'm going to make everyone go to sleep now. Because it's just boring to listen to. I'm sorry. That's just what they're doing right now. They're being repetitive. So... So they're doing that, and they're doing the engine sounds. There's a silver car driving in front of me right now. And what else can I say? They just don't want to switch it up, though, I guess. They just want to do the black and silvers and the whiteys, and they don't want to send a sync cat or anything or do anything different right now. It's black and silvers and the whiteys and the black and silvers. Oh, here's a blue truck. There's a blue truck. Here's a red car. I think he synced with the blue truck probably. And he's got a blue shirt in the red car, I think. But it's dark, so I can barely see it. But he probably deliberately put on a blue shirt and got in his red car so that I can see it barely. Because that's just how stock-tarded it gets. Like, imagine how possibly stock-tarded it could possibly get. That's how stock-tarded it gets. It's that stock-tarded. As impossibly stock-tarded as you can get. When's the next one-lighter coming? I haven't seen a one-lighter in a minute. Are the one-lighters okay? I hope they didn't die. That would be tragic. If all the one-lighters crashed into each other and exploded. Synced. They all just drove off of a cliff, synced with each other. I think they're all dead. I think all the stalkers are dead. I don't see any stalkers right now. I don't even like any stalkers. Except there's cars sitting behind me turned on. They might stalk in a minute, but there's a car taking off and honking behind me. One of those cars that I was talking about. And this other car flashes his lights as the car drives behind his car. Yeah, the stalkers. And then the other car is taking off synced with the car driving behind his car and an engine sound. And then there's a box truck synced with them taking off. And then there's a car honking. It's like they're driving. Like there's a box truck driving and the car driving in my mirror, and then there's another car driving underneath the mirror, and there's a car honking at the same time. All at the same time. And it's just like they just try to outdo themselves with the stupidest shit I ever seen. I'm like, I think that was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then 5 seconds later, I'm like, nope, I think that was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. They're just trying to out-stupid each other all day. There's a guy with pink pants and a yellow hat, and I think he's doing sinks, and he's like walking around in circles a bunch of times. He like stops walking, turns around, and then walks. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Was he a sink? I think he's a sink. So that might possibly be the most retarded shit I ever saw now. I just feel like my brain cells are dying every day. Like my brain cells are just committing suicide every day because it's just so stupid around me all day. It's just like, oh! It's just like so stupid, bro. It's just like, the pink pants, yellow hat guy is back. I don't know if he's seen it. The dog walkers are coming back around. They're gonna walk in front of me again. There's a white car. He's driving straight at my car like he's gonna drive right into the side of my car. And then turning around and parking behind me. Oh, he's taking off again, synced with another whitey. See you later, whitey. He was like driving straight at my car like he was gonna run into me. Like that video that I have of the street sweeper that did that. Except the street sweeper was driving a lot slower than Whitey was. Here comes a security car again, and he's syncing with a silver car turning in front of me with a black security car. I think he's been syncing with black and silver cars all fucking night. I'm pretty sure every time he drives by me, he's been doing that. The entire time I've been sitting here. Pretty sure it's every single time. It's synced every time, I know that. There's this car driving by me really fast. He's a blue car. He's got 2 headlights and 2 taillights though. So that's good at least. I think there's a gang stalker party behind me. There's a bunch of cars parked back there, and they're driving around synced right now. When the blue car goes back there behind me, they're all driving around synced and leaving. There's like a gang stalker convention over there or something. There's a siren right now as they're leaving too. Do you hear the engine sound? Is the horn honking taking from me talking? Is the engine sound taking from me talking? The engine sounds right when the siren sound switched up. Right when the siren sound switched, the engine sound went off the first time the engine sound went off. Welcome to